late. You're having this late video.
All right, good morning, everybody. Here in Saginaw. Big win yesterday, I heard. Finn was not there. We had a soccer tournament. That was some really loud music. I apologize. All right, starting lineup here. We're going to have Finn Bomer and Christian back at D. We'll have Logan Page at right wing. Who else we got? Andrew Burnett at wing and Roken Ludlow at center. All right, Ludlow's back for it. And it's poked away. Finn comes up with it, and he's going to hit it up the boards. Christian has it. He's going to skate it in. Gets it deep, and he'll go for a change. We've got Robbins with a nice move. Hepler, Ludlow up front. Short and Conrad back at D. All right, Conrad has it. Shot, rebound, that's a goal. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're shooting, you can just shoot for a rebound. You know, that wasn't a great angle shot by Conrad, but yeah. If you don't have a great angle, shoot it low. Hope one of your teammates is there for a rebound. Great play. All right, we'll keep Short and Conrad in at D. We've got Myers, Robbins, and Hepler up front still. That's an icing. That was really close, but still icing. All right, we'll have Hill and Bomer back at D. Boyer up front. Morris up front. Neese up front. Puck is out of the zone. And we'll get a trip on that. All right. First penalty kill of the game. We're going to keep Bomer and Hill back at D. We'll have Boyer up front and Neese up front to try to kill this off. Stay home, Finn. There you go. All right, Finn's got it, and he's gonna go up the boards with it. All right, puck's out of the zone. We'll get a few kids change. At least the forwards change out. Keep our D out. Oh. And nice save from, that's Max Bernick in net. D kind of got tangled up on each other there at the end, and Saginaw had a nice shot. All right, we'll bring in Christian and Conrad back at D, Page and Burnett up front. All right, Page has it, gets it out of the zone. He's going to take it deep. All right, Christian picks it up at center ice. Tries to get a shot off, and goalie stops that. All right, we're back to 5-on-5. We've got Ludlow in as our extra skater. Still with Conrad and Christian back at D. Still, we've got Ludlow, Hepler, and Burnett up front. Nice save there from Bernick. Ludlow's gonna get it in a shot, maybe. Goalie stops that. All right. We'll bring in Hill and Short at D, Hepler, Myers, and Robbins up front. Short has it, passes up to Robbins. All right, Myers comes up with it, makes a little move, centers it. Oh. Has a shot and recovers. All right, we'll have Bomer and Christian back at D, Neese, Morris, Boyer up front.
See, get back.
Offsides. Get back. Nice snag there from Burnett. All right, we'll have Burnett up front, Page up front, Ludlow up front, Conrad and Short back at D. 2-on-1 develop. Ooh, nice stick there. All right, Ludlow's got it. Nice snag there from Burnett. All right, we've got Bomer and Hill back at D. Up front, we've got, looks like, is that Hepler, Robbins, and Myers. Nice little toe drag. Puck's still loose. Still in. Looked like that was on the blue line still. So to be offside, the puck has to cross all the way over the blue line. If it's on the blue line, it's still on sides. If even a sliver of it's still on the blue line, it is still on sides. So puck's back to Bomer, passes up to Hepler. Robbins' shot gets deflected wide. All right, we'll have Christian, Conrad back at D. We've got Robbins, Hepler, Myers up front still. Puck's up to the blue line, deflected 3 times, and Max is able to get that. Looked like a pinball going through there, bouncing around. All right, we'll have Morris, Boyer, Nice up front. Boyer skates it out. from Cash.
Help him.
And he comes to deep. And Max grabs that one. We'll have Hill and Short in it D, Burnett, Ludlow, and who's on the far side? Is that Page? Yep, and Page out. Icing.
Cherokee.
A little bit. Not bad. Just my hands. All right. Looks like same lines. That goes in. All right, we got a 1-1 game. All right, we will have Bomer and Christian back at D, Robbins up front, along with Hepler and Myers. Nice step. That was close to being offsides. Hepler did like a Superman move trying to stay on sides. All right, nice move there from Christian. Shot goes wide. Myers has it. Back to Bomer and flings it up. Offsides. All right, same lines. Pass over to Robbins. That goes wide. Nice steal there from Myers. He's going to get a chance. Nice. Nice kind of spin move and shot. Beautiful. All right, 52 seconds left in the first. Goal by Brendan Myers. Scores 2-1. We're going to have Boyer, Morris, Neese up front. Short and Conrad back at D. It's going to be icing. snagged by Max. He was screened there. Still snagged it. All right, we're going to keep the same lines out. That's too many. All right, they let that slide. Another year, probably next year, refs are not going to let that slide. They'll call that every time. If there's 6 guys lined up and the ref drops it, that's a penalty. They were very forgiving there. All right, Morris has it, skates it in. All right, that's the end of the first. Score is 2-1. All right, start of the second. We're going to have Bomer and Hill back at D. We'll have Page, Ludlow, Burnett up front. Nice snag there from Max. Puck deflects off a stick, goes towards the goalie, and he covers. I'm off by a minute, I just noticed. I must have only put 13 up on the scoreboard for this period. All right, that's right. 12:26. So we've got Conrad and Christian back at D. We've got Hepler, Morris, and Robbins up front. Myers has it, looking for a play. Puck hits the rough. He's hurt. All right, hope they are okay. kind of, I don't know if he got hit in the shoulder or the neck, but. All right, the official's up. He is off the ice, and he looks like he stayed okay, so it's good to see. All right. So we're going to have Bomer Hill and Short back at D, Boyer, Morris, and Neese up front. It is a second period, just to let everybody know. I will update that as soon as there is a whistle. And Max stops it. Still loose. That goes in. 2-2. Looked like he had it covered, but the ref was right there. He must have saw it was laying on the ice. Saginaw kept digging and got a goal. I couldn't see the puck from here. I don't know if Max had it covered or if it was just kind of right in front of his leg pad. But all right. It might have been laying. It's carved with the black leg pads. I couldn't see the puck. All right, so we're going to have Page, Ludlow, and Burnett up front, Bomer and Christian back at D. Ludlow skates it in, cuts, shot, deflected. Christian pinches in. Still has it, tries to center it. Myers has it, quick shot, still loose. Myers comes up with it. Pass over to Christian, shot. Oh man, beautiful save there from the goalie, kind of sliding to his right and still is able to reach out with his glove. All right, our second official's back on the ice. Glad to see he's okay, and that's going to be an icing. All right, we will have Short and Conrad back at D, Myers, Robbins, and Hepler up front. Kepler's out of the zone. And then we're going to have a chance from Hepler here. Kept in from short. All right, short has it behind the net. Kepler just got checked center ice with no puck. They could have called that. And that's going to be icing. Yep. All right, we'll have Boyer, Nice at wing, Morris at center, Bomer and Hill back at D. Got an icing coming if it makes it, and it does. Alright, I need to stand up for a minute, everybody. That's better. Alright, we'll keep Bomer and Hill back at D. We got Burnett, Ludlow, and Page up front. Watch the slot. All right, Ludlow skates it in. Shot goes just wide. Hill's got it, kind of. There we go. We get it up and out of the zone. We've got our D bunching up too much this game. I'm kind of noticing if anyone goes back to watch this, we've got D kind of right next to each other sometimes, and may lead to some issues down the road. All right, we got 5:23 left. We're gonna have Christian and Conrad back at D, Morris, Boyer, Nice up front. Shot from Boyer. Oh man, that almost went in. And what happened? puck may have been knocked down with a high stick. Boyer centers, nice pass. Oh man. Conrad's back for it. Someone's got to skate. That'll be an icing. We are going to have Hill and Short back at D. We're going to have Myers, Hepler, Robbins up front. Nice steal from Robbins there. We got a 2-on-1 develop. Oh, man. There's 2-on-1 here. Hepler's got it. We got someone for the rebound. That's a goal. Hepler got it. Had Robbins there just in case there was a rebound. All right. Scores 3-2. A little over 3 minutes left in the second. All right. We've got Bomer and Christian back at D. Up front, Ludlow, Page, and Burnett. Offsides. Ludlow has it. Shot. Misses the net. Dump it. All right, Bomer brings it in the zone. And sneaks out. Christian dumps it in. Watch the outlet. Nice steal there. Shot off the outside of the post. That's a goal. Shot from Ludlow. In between the circles. Nice shot. All right, 4-2. As a player, if you can ever get a shot off between the two center dots of the circles, anywhere in that area, that's usually a high yield shot where You've got plenty of scoring angles. Oh, they were still finishing the line change here. All right, we're going to have Boyer, Morris, Neese up front. We'll have Short and Conrad back at D. Oh, almost a breakaway there. Just inch out of his reach. Nice snag from Burnett. All right, we'll keep the same lines. All right, puck's out of the zone. Puck's still loose. That went in. Saginaw player tried to split the D, go up the center. Kind of everybody skating backwards went into Max, I think, and the puck was able to cross the line. All right, 4-3 game. Less than a minute left to go in the second. We'll have Bomer and Hill back at D. Myers, Hepler, Robbins up front. Nice save help. All right, right off the face-off, the center was able just to get it through both of our D. Four game. Hill keeps it in, skates it in, shot gets blocked. That's offsides, and that's period. All right, we got a 4-4 game going into the third. All right, start of the third. We're going to have Conrad and Christian back at D, Paige, Ludlow, Burnett up front. Puck gets blocked. All right. Christian has it, skates it up, or passes up to Ludlow. They're going to say that got deflected, no icing. All right, we're going to change out our forwards here. All right, we bring in Hill and Short at D. All right, we've got Boyer, Morris, Neese up front right now with Hill and Short back at D. Hill's going to skate it in. Hepler's got it. That's offsides. All right, we'll have Robbins, Myers, Hepler up front, Short and Hill back at D. Robbins banks it up the boards. Hepler's going to get a chance here. That's a goal. Woo-hoo. Nice move there from Hepler. Got to fix the clock. All right, we'll have Christian and Bomer back at D, Robbins, Hepler, and Myers again up front. Oh, man. Step up on it, Finn. Oh, All right, Robbins has it. Or no, sorry, Burnett has it.
Pressure.
All right, there we go. Robbins has it. He'll try to get it deep. He's got Myers to his right. Shot gets deflected high. Robbins backhands it towards the net, and goalie covers. All right, we'll have short Conrad back at D. We'll have Page, Ludlow, and Burnett up front. Still Ludlow, Burnett, Page up front. Shot, oh man, Ludlow just missed that, just barely. So we go 3-on-1 developing. Nice job from Conrad there. We've got Hill and Bomer in a D. Puck's still loose. Morris shot goes just wide. So we've got Neese, Morris, Boyer up front. And go get the puck. There we go. Kept in at the blue line. Knocked down from a high stick. That should be a whistle. All right, we'll keep Bomer and Hill out at D. We'll have, looks like Myers, Hepler, Robbins up front. We got both D in the corner. back to Bomer, and that'll be an offside. All right, we'll have Christian, Conrad back at D, Ludlow, Burnett, and Page, I believe, up front. Yep. Skates it in, goes down into the corner. Nice save from Burnett. Down in the corner where you can't really see it. Kind of can, I guess. Boyer passes up to Page. And Boyer tries to get it deep, but in the body. We're going to have Morris, Neese, Boyer up front. Still short, and Christian up front. Or back at D, I mean. And Saginaw, ooh, we got lucky that Saginaw player bobbled it. He was going straight into the slot with that. And the puck's out of the zone at least. This is, this is a sloppy game. We're going to have Hill and Short back at D. Robbins, Myers, and Epler up front.
Good over. Toe drag. Good job, Jackson.
Knuckle puck.
Back out.
Shot went high. Alright. We got a 3-on-2 developing.
Send it.
Get it deep, guys. Get it deep, deep, deep. Fresh legs.
Go, 3!
Alright, Myers has it. Passes up to Hill, back to Myers.
Follow!
Alright, we'll have Bomer and Christian back at D. We will have Ludlow, Burnett, Page up front. got a minute 50 left. Oh man, still loose, still loose. Ooh. Get a nice stick, Finn. Dump down. They call no icing. That was close. All right, we've got an empty net. Bomer's back with it. Sends it around to Burnett. Oh. Get it out of the zone, guys. All right, we got 50 seconds left or so in the game. Cash sends it down. That'll be an icing. All right, we will have same lines, it looks like. Robbins, Myers, Hepler up front, Gomer, and Christian back at D. Still an empty net for Saginaw. So 6-on-5 right now. Step up on it. There we go. Let's go. Just skate it out. All right. There's so much temptation to try to score on that empty net. You're seeing it more and more at the NHL level too. I mean, it used to be people were coached, you know, if you had a good shot, take it. But if not, you don't necessarily want to keep getting ice-ins and having face-offs down right by your goalie. So, you know, sometimes it's a better choice, especially if you have room to skate a little bit. Skate it up, you know, until you get a better shot. Or if you don't, you know, you can always kind of dump it down, you know, gently into their end so that you don't get an icing. But there we go. That should be the game. I don't think it's going to be. Oh, that's a goal. All right. Perfect. 6-4. We got 1.5 seconds left. All right. And I'll just let that clock run out, and that's it. Nice game. It's a sloppy game, but it's a win. So we will see you guys next weekend.